The Grand Island City Council Animal Advisory Board met Wednesday to discuss if residents can have honeybees on their property or if honeybees are considered vermin under city code. Brian Nelson said he is most interested in clarification.
Our main concern was wasn't real definitive on what it stated. It just mentioned that honeybees were vermin and did not state whether keeping of bees within the city limits was legal or not legal, and we got several conflicting answers when contacting City Hall here about it, so we just wanted a clarification more than anything.
The board moved to have an ordinance written that could be approved at the next Animal Advisory Board meeting and then sent on to the City Council.
I think that's a very reasonable response, and to have a proper ordinance in a city the size of Grand Island is probably needed at this time, because obviously if there's no ordinance at all, then it leaves things open to where you can have abuses and people that just put beehives in and then don't tend them at all, which can cause problems.
Mitchell Nickerson said that for him it would be important to have people become educated prior to starting beekeeping in their yard.
Well, I think it's a gray area right now that needs addressed in our code for sure. Also, I think from a beekeeper standpoint, I think they need to be educated, and I think it's important that they know what they're doing. It's not something you just turn over to anybody to do. So I am an advocate for, if we were to look at this as a city, that we would make it a permitted process, and that these folks would be required to be educated before they just turn themselves loose to go try to raise bees. I think that's irresponsible to not do it that way, so I think we need to make sure we do it the right way.
Currently, Central Community College offers a one-year class on beekeeping. Nielsen, who is also the instructor of the course, said it is important to be a responsible beekeeper.
Responsible beekeeping is learning to properly manage your bees so that you minimize the negative effects of the bees to people. Just minimize people getting stung by properly placing your hives and proper care for your hive to minimize swarming of the hive. Hives that aren't tended, they'll get so strong that colony will decide they're big enough they can split into two, and that colony will lay new queen cells. Once those queen cells hit a certain stage, the old queen and half the hive, they'll just leave and look for a new home. But with proper care of your hives, you can just about completely reduce the risk of swarming.
Nielsen also said that beekeeping in an urban environment is growing in importance.
A lot of us beekeepers like to refer to the corn and soybean areas as the green desert, because there's just nothing for the bees to forage on. That's why the importance of urban beekeeping. Urban environments now are actually becoming some of the better areas to keep bees, because there is multiple sources of pollen and nectar for proper nutrition for the bees.
The advisory board asked to have a new ordinance written as soon as possible in order to have the ordinance done before the season to begin colonies starts.
The main reason, the need for the speed for a person wanting to keep bees this year, is the fact that to start a new hive you need to order bee packages. Bee packages are usually sold out sometime in the middle of March. Most of the package bees come from the commercial beekeepers that pollinate almond trees. When they move off the almond trees in March, they'll go home to their home yards, shake packages, and sell those packages. And those packages do come in the first half of April and get delivered to be installed into hives.
Reporting from Grand Island City Hall, I'm Zach Mayhew.